Ready, girl? Fly, Ambrosia. Straight home now. Any luck? Or will you be needing help with your bags?
Well, I asked her, but... you tell him.
If you're looking to make a knife that will impress a master like Lubor, there are options. They're just not that fast. Featherlight adamantite knives will get passed from generation to generation, never needing that adamantite ore is unique to Ash. So it doesn't come cheap.
And it's beyond...
Unique to... Are there any materials unique to Dalimil? Something which could be mixed with iron to refine it. Make it lighter.
What are you getting at?
You said that Lubor trained you to work iron. Then that's what he'll expect you to use. But he would have known that it would either be too heavy or too brittle for a carving knife. Perhaps his Dalimil remark wasn't a riddle, but a hint.
If it's cheap metal you're using, then there's always limestone, I suppose. Folk first settled Dalimil to get at her mineral deposits. And, if you know the trick, it can be melted down in the furnace to drive out impurities from low-quality iron.
Bloody hell! That must be it! I don't suppose you know the trick, do you?
It's hardly my speciality, but I've been around enough blacksmiths to know how it works.
Looks like I've got some learning to do. Clive, I hate to ask after all that you've done for me.
The limestone? Fine. Besides...
You'll have no trouble finding limestone over in the...
Then I suppose I'll meet you back at the...
Right you are. So, do you crush it up?
This is no good. I was hoping to get out of the heat for a little while.
Is it true what I'm hearing?
My carpets have
The most fragrant herbs
Needed to a silken softness.
Plates and pots! Hanging lanterns! Keep... Well, we can make our way back.
We should get going soon.
One rock looks a lot like another. But hopefully this is what Seven needs.
Sweet incense! Wax candles! Silver platters!
light, meat, and dark. Fresh, yes, they're quite sought after.
I wasn't sure how much, but I hope this isn't...
You are one of the good... You and that merchant both, she's got quite... Now, time to see... A knife forged from the very...
It's a fine-looking blade.
That sounds like my cue. And just as...
I'm sorry, Forge Master.
Let's take a look. First things first, Sava, do you think this is a carving knife worthy of the fine people of Dalimil?
I'd like to think so. But what do you think?
What do I think indeed? It's sharp-ish, but it won't last long with hard use. And it's heavy, heavier than it should be. You might not think it just to hold it for a moment, but sell that to a cook and you'll never hear the end of it. It looks like someone paid a visit to the terraces. The limestone was a step in the right direction, granted, but one that still leaves you short of the mark.
And I was so certain
I don't know who you found to teach you that little trick, but next question. How much do you think I would charge if I'd made this?
Well, if I would say you could demand a heavy purse.
And who would... The butcher? The hunter? The cooks over at the inn? Dalimil is home to humble traders, not rule number one in any business.
Yes, Forge Master.
This is... I'd say you're worth keeping around a little longer. Starting tomorrow, you'll have an anvil of your own.
I will. What would you do?
I'd do what I always do. Ask if it was for the butcher, I'd make sure it holds an edge. For the hunter, I'd make it as tough as Titan. For the cook, light as a feather. And for the nobleman, I'd make it cost an absolute fortune.
There goes a master, all right.
It looks like congratulations are in order.
I couldn't have done it without you. So much for the Forge Master's riddle, though, eh? The spirit of Dalimil had nothing to do with limestone or anything much at all. Meaning, I had you run around for no good reason.
You've passed your test. That's all that matters. You'll have a forge of your own in no time.
And when I do, I'll craft you the finest carving knife you have ever seen.
The finest fabric!
Take a sniff.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Just look at the detail.
Finally, we'll be able to get one.
Are you looking for something in particular? My thanks. Here you are.
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
Fly, Ambrosia.
There it is. Drake's Fang.
Kupka will be hiding inside.
Along with goodness knows how many guards, all on highest alert. You'll need to keep your wits about you if you're to reach him. So be careful.
I will, Uncle.
Before you go, Clive, allow me to apologize. After what befell at Phoenix Gate and the crisis that followed in its wake, I fled. I retreated to my counting house and danced attendance upon the vicereine in the hope it would bring me favor. I betrayed my nation to save my skin, like the coward I am. And I'm sorry.
Uncle, please.
It's not too late, Clive. Rosaria is yours by right, and there are those that would help you to take it back. Had I the courage of my brother, I might already have done so. But that ship has sailed. You, however...
No. Forgive me, but I cannot. I fight to build a new world now. A better world. Where men can live and die on their own terms. I was raised in a nation that strove to improve the plight of bearers. Only later did I realize that spark of freedom did not arise by chance, but was kindled by my father. You would see me follow in his footsteps. And that is exactly what I mean to do. Not by ruling Rosaria, but by extending his ideals to the whole of the Twins. Though every soul in the realm may judge my actions heresy, I am certain my cause is just.
You really are just like him, you know? Thank you, Clive, for coming back to me. I am proud to call you nephew. Well then, this is where we must part ways. Wish me luck in convincing my Canvarian friend to share his considerable talents. I mean to plunder his coffers and prove myself worthy of a place in your merry band. Till then, my boy.
Till then, go safely, Uncle.
And you, nephew. We have much to catch up on, you and I. I shall expect you to regale me with the tales of all your adventures when next we meet. You can regale me too, Torgal.
I'm coming for you, Kupka.
stood. What has that gutter rat done to me? Out of my sight, witch! I'll kill you, Rosfield! I'll rip out your heart! I'll tear you limb from limb!
Peace, Hugo. The table shan't hurt you any longer.
He sought to humiliate me. Me! If you hadn't interfered, he would be dead!
You truly believe you would have triumphed had the battle continued?
Titan would have ground him into dust!
And how would he have done that without his head?
Shut up!
You weren't strong enough, and you call yourself a dominant. Or rather, you did.
You mock me, Harbert.
Do you see, Hugo? You are weak.
Fuck!
But so long as that fire burns within you, there is still hope. There may yet be a way for you to take your revenge.
Tell me, what must I do? Please, I'll do anything. Just tell me.
The heart.
What of it?
A Mother Crystal's heart is the most concentrated source of ether in all creation. Perhaps you could take advantage of that. Of course, the crystal would not yield her blessing to any ordinary man. But then, you are no ordinary man, are you, Hugo? Clive Rosfield stole your power, but others have suffered a similar fate, and still managed to find the strength to conjure their icon. Like Benedicta Harmon. She too drank of the ether and gained a power beyond human understanding.
She did? Benedicta. Benedict. I'll do it. My love. I'll avenge you.
Run along now, Hugo. You need only follow the light. Muthos is here. Very well, it shall be so. You may leave everything to me, Your Majesty.
box. Did the Royalists bring them from Ash? Are the Beastmen part of the Waluda army now? How the hell did that happen? They've spotted us. Bring me to taken over the entire mine. So much for the men of the Rock. Dhalmekia's finest. Won't be going any further this way. Stairs. This must be the way out. Sneaking past this one. How did they get in here?
Come on, Torgal.
Kupka never did do things by halves. As if taking the Mother Crystal for his own wasn't enough. He had to build his castle in it.
Let the trial begin.
What the hell?
With me, Torgal.
Seems we're expected.
So this is the power of Muthos.
Did the orcs do this too? More of them.
All yours, Torgal.
What the hell is going on? Are these things here for me? Or for him?
You're finished.
Well done, Torgal.
It's over. Stay.
First orcs, now these nightmares. Is this your doing, Ultima?
to me, boy! Help me, boy! Help me, boy!
That's better. You've been busy, Kupka. But where did you go? The heart. He's in the sanctuary. I can feel it. Come on, Torgal. Just what I needed. To them.
Benedikta, my everything. I've missed you so much. Kupka! I swear to you, my love, we will never be parted again.
What's wrong with him?
You got away from her!
Benedicta!
I'll kill you, Roswell!
Oh shit, he's priming. No, not now. Come on.
So could I! Let's give this a try. Not bad. me, Kuka!
You, Ultima. What do you want?
Your soul is tainted with worthless human will, yet your thirst for power remains undiminished. With every sip you take, you grow in strength, and soon you shall achieve perfection.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You will accept us, Mythos. It is inevitable. You were created for this purpose, and you shall serve it.
Never!
Fight it, Tide! Don't let him in!
Consciousness. We see now. Human will is so insubstantial it cannot exist in isolation. You mitigate its weakness by interweaving it with your consciousness. We believed we had merely to purge you of your will to claim our vessel. It appears we first have to sever every thread of the consciousness that supports it. No matter. The time to build a new world is not yet upon us. We will contemplate.
Thank you, Joshua.
One can no more command the power of ether by drowning in its flood than one can constrain the tides by standing in the sea. I had thought Hugo wiser than this, but it seems his head was full of rocks after all.
Titan was strong.
Your Majesty.
But Mythos is stronger. For 5 years, that man lived only for revenge. Clinging fast to a fiction, even as it swept him into the abyss. One cannot change one's nature through force of will alone. Only the Almighty can do that.
Hugo Kupka, the man who gave his life for a woman's head. A fool like all the rest.
That the death of a mother crystal should be so beautiful.
Some medicine, my lord? I have salves, potions, anything you need.
Stop
bothering me, urchin, or you'll feel the back of my hand.
You must consider your health, my prince. If a show of force is needed to keep the Dalmex at bay, you may trust in your dragoons. I beg you to call on Bahamut only as a last resort. His strength comes at too great a cost.
The Empire agreed to an armistice with the Republic, and yet the Emperor still plots its ruin. For now, the Dalmex suspect nothing, and as long as I can hold their gaze, war need not be inevitable. But more than that, Bahamut is the champion of the Empire. When our people look to the heavens, the sight of him gives them hope. Forgive me, Terence. Would that you were my master. But alas.
I will always be your loyal servant.
Should the Council's brazen maneuvering prompt the Republic to tear up their own treaty and launch a new assault, our soldiers would advance to meet them, cutting across the Central Isles, but not in time to prevent their forces from breaching the southern defenses and storming Twinside. And so the capital would become a battlefield. Thousands of innocents would die. I cannot allow that to happen.
There is one small mercy, at least. You will not be forced to do battle with Titan.
Would that I could avoid doing battle at all.
1,000 pardons, Your Highness.
What is it?
Olivier has been made Emperor. What is the meaning of this? My father's orders. What were they? Quickly!
Yes, Your Highness. His Radiance requests that Your Highness maintain position here and...
Ah! Terence.
Yes, my prince.
I must go to the palace.
I'll ready your steed.
What is it now?
Forgive the intrusion, Your Highness.
I know you.
At ease.
We stand in the presence of the Phoenix. You wouldn't want to get your fingers burned.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
Not at all. Though I admit, I did not expect such a distinguished guest.
How many years has it been since the Remembrance ceremony? 20?
I thought you long dead. Do I address a ghost?
Many have told me that I look like one. But no. I'm alive. Just. Prince Dion of the House Lesage, I have a tale to tell you.
I'd better give Otto the good news.
Walkways need patching up.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border crossing.
Clive, you're back. I am. And with glad tidings for once. Hugo Kupka is no more.
Well, I'll be. All of our comrades who lost their lives back at Sid's place be smiling down at you right now.
We had a Stolas from Lubor saying Drake's fang had fallen. I expect that was your doing as well, was it?
It's a long story.
One for the history books, I'll bet.
Welcome home, Clive.
It's good to be back. You look better.
I feel it. Which means I'm coming on your next little adventure. You're not leaving me behind again.
Wouldn't dream of it. Otto. Any word on the Royalist movements since I've been away?
Shouldn't you be putting your feet up? If you really want to know, go and have a word with Vivian.
Thank you. I will.
Ah, the conquering hero.
I may have picked up one or two.
Well, the fact that you came straight to me instead of visiting our resident Physica suggests that you picked up something more important. A scent. The scent of Waludas.
The very same. But whatever plans Kupka was hatching with the Royalists, he took them to his grave. As did his men. Slaughtered by the orcs who'd taken over the Fang. Orcs, Vivian. I've never seen such creatures in Storm before. The Waludas must have ferried them over from Ash, but why? Why work to rescue Kupka only to invade his home, the mother crystal of an allied nation, and let both fall? It makes no sense.
Do you know the tale of the blind men and the Adamantus? One can often be led astray by focusing too closely on individual details. One must instead see the bigger picture. And what bigger picture is there than my map? The Kingdom of Waloed claims dominion over all of Ash. It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant of Odin. The Canvarian War of Independence in 849. The Battle of the Twin Realms in 865. The Battle of Belinus Tor in 873. Wheresoever his armies fought, Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest. But of late, the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest. Battle rages for control of the crystalline dominion. Yet Tharm sends not a single ship in support of his Dhalmekian allies. Meanwhile, the Blight ravages great swathes of Ash. Yet warlike Waloed shows not the faintest interest in laying claim to untouched lands. So why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's Fang, only to make no attempt to claim the Mother Crystal for Waloed? It can hardly be for lack of men. Tharm's armies rival any in the Twins. No. We have not seen the last of the Waloed Standard. Odin will ride again. It is but a question of when. And on that day, who will be trampled underfoot? In summary, I know not to what end the Royalists betrayed Kupka. I know only that it is part of some broader scheme. A scheme tied to the ambitions of one man.
King Barnabas.
But there is no need to wallow in confusion. If one is to cure a sickness, one must first identify the symptoms. And your Lord Uncle has volunteered to do just that by keeping an eye on the Royalists' movements.
He's really throwing himself into this.
Indeed he is. Which means all that remains for us to do is await his reports. Well, not quite all in your case. The people of the Hideaway must hear the news. Justice has been done. Hugo Kupka is dead. The wounds he left that night are still raw. Especially for those who lived with Sid the longest. Tell them that those wounds might finally begin to heal. Consider it the price of today's instruction.
I've never known you to be sentimental.
What can I say? I am only human. And we are, all of us, sentimental animals at heart.
I suppose we are.
Clive.
No.
Oh, my.
Look, he's crying.
And with good reason, children. These are tears of joy. We must offer up a prayer to your Pell. There shall be no lessons today, only thanksgiving and...
All right, brilliant.
Finally, a new dawn has broken.
It has.
Thank you, Clive. I cannot wait to share the good news.
Hippocrates. I need to know what he is.
Alas. No. Not even the sort of conspicuous absence that might suggest a concealment of fact.
But I saw him.
I don't... Alas, it seems you... To others, he reveals naught. We see only...
A bringer of death.
Whether the Ultima you met with was the being itself, or merely another projection of its... But until I do, mine...
Thank you.
Thanks to Sid.
Well, someone looks pleased with...
Nothing escapes you, Lady Karen. It's true.
Good. I'm starting to get a crick in me.
Blackthorn.
What is it? I'm busy.
I wanted to tell you that...
I can't tell you how long I've been waiting to hear those words. This is it then. A new beginning under a new Cid.
I'll try to live up to the name. Right. Let's see if Otto has anything else for me.
What do you need? So, what'll it be? It'd last you a good while. Not my best work, but it'll do. And?
I'm telling you, it's true. I heard it from Otto's own lips.
Hugo Kupka's dead, isn't he? We don't have to live in fear of him anymore.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border crossing.
You barely sat down since you came home. Just spreading the word.
So, the Professor's got us?
No.
Ah, but you ain't. I can think of plenty of friends back at the old hideaway, it's not least of all Cid. Well, when you do, be sure to take Mid with you. She's been going at it hammer and tongue down in that workshop of hers, trying to do her father proud. I got...
Very well.
Thank you, Clive.
I went up to give some greens to the chocobo.
Hasn't been her usual self lately. Hardly ever see her with a smile.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
If I don't come up with something soon. All right, Clive?
I'm going to visit Cid.
Sorry, I've got to get this thermal displacement stack sorted.
Thermal... and this is...
Only the fastest, finest ship the world has ever seen. The Enterprise. Me and my dad designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water. And those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood. Which is where... I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little bit. The stack's a bit more involved. The thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold... I'll come and see my dad, though, when I'm done. Whenever... Good old Clive. Alright, first things first. The stack will be made up of 3 major components. There's the plating, here, that channels hot vapors away from the engine. The helm over the top, that disperses all that heat into the air. And the shielding around the sides. That stops the rest of the ship from going up in flames.
A full suit of armor, then. Probably best to take it one piece at a time.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. Everything else fits onto it. I've got the designs and the list of materials here. Show these to Blackthorn. He'll know what to do.
I can't make head nor tail of them.
Luckily, you don't need to.
Blackthorn.
Out with it.
It's for Mid.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged. Go on then.
She said you would know.
Krieger's Teats. Well, I don't know what the hell you'd want this for, but I can, and I'll need help. Get Gavin in here, will you?
All right.
So Mid's roped us all in here again, has she? Still, if that's what it takes to get her to visit.
And,
Take a look at this. It's this plating. The usual sword grade steel won't work. We need something that can get very hot, very fast. That means an alloy. Something that won't break or buckle at a temperature, which is where you lot come in. I need materials. Now, there's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out in the Velcroy. Stardust, they call it. As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have it in stock.
Well, we'll get it done quicker if we split. One of us should probably give you an hand collecting this.
And the other can go and get the rest from the...
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where. You going after the Stardust then, are you? Which... one of these two lucky souls is going...
Gav, you're with me.
All right, then. So, where do we...
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the Velcroy. It's the black sand that washes up on its banks.
Southern reaches of the Velcroy, eh? That's down past Dalamil. I'll go and scout the place out. See about hiring us a wagon to bring...
All right.
While you're off having a paddle, I'll pick up the rest of the stuff from Blackthorn's.
You two, eh? Don't go letting him fleece you.
Fleece me? I'd like to see him try.
Sounds like this river we're looking for is south of the Dalamil Inn. I'll hire us...
The most fragrant herbs and spices.
Gone, just like that.
What's the matter?
It's my... I'd go and look for him myself, but I've got a bakery to run.
I'll see what I can do.
I wouldn't be surprised if he was off somewhere mooning at Drake's Fang.
All right.
The finest fabrics, fresh from the capital.
Looks like I found the river. Now where's Gav?
blade yet hungers, and so do I. Come, let us feast on your flesh.
Your feasting days are over. Pleasure already.
Breathe your blood!
Too slow. Us or them. Too slow.
Snap you like a swing! Over here!
Those who kill for sport deserve no better. Excuse me.
What do you want?
The baker sent me.
It's certainly not a baker. Master must have ruled it. Time was the sight of the Fang used to calm my nerves. But now look.
I take it you missed the Mother Crystal.
I hated her. But she was all I knew. Worked her mines for years. I had to trade my pickaxe for a rolling pin. But I'm no good at baking. She was the only thing that could fill the hole, and now she's gone. What am I supposed to do? I ask her. How do...
Perhaps you could express yourself in your work. If you miss the Fang, maybe you could recapture it somehow.
Recapture it? I'm a baker, not a... You know... You might just be right. What a fool I've been! I have to get back to the bakery right away. Thank you.
Wait.
The most fragrant herbs and spice.
Ah, though I worry you might have stoked the flames a little too high.
Master, it's ready.
I dare say it is.
Just look at it. Her steeple peaks, her falsome's true. My loaves collapse more often than not, but what's the fang? And look, inside. Master, I have found my purpose.
Well, if it tastes half as unique... not only is my apprentice back, but he's finally pulling his... I don't know how you did...
Yes, they're quite sought after.
Sorry to keep you...
Better late than never. I've had a quick scout about, and I reckon round here's our best bet if we want to grab as much of this stardust. Don't know what Blackthorn's planning to do with it, though. I asked over in Dallas, but if stardust is what Blackthorn wants, stardust is what he'll get. There's plenty...
Then let's get bagging.
We shall.
So this is stardust. It just looks like black sand to me. That should be enough for now. Let's see how Gav's getting on.
You finished?
Enough.
Oh, that might even be enough. Here... Feels like ages since we had the chance to talk. You know, man to man like.
It does, doesn't it?
Back when you first took Sid's name, we were talking all the time. Working out what to do in that.
There was a lot to work out.
And there still is. Those shoulders of yours starting to feel the strain. Hardly ever see you around the hideaway nowadays. Always on some errand or other. You can take a day off, you know.
Says the man who spends most of his time behind enemy lines.
Only 'cause you keep sending me there.
I know I can count on you, Gav.
Likewise. So you keep sending me wherever you need to, and I'll keep going. Safe in the knowledge that I have a home to come back to. Thanks to you. Right. That's enough soppy shite for one day. We'd better get this lot back to Blackthorn before he slink...
You go on ahead. And try to get some rest.
Oh, after Blackthorn gets what...
Right. Let's hope this is all Blackthorn needs. Blackthorn.
Yeah. Cheers for the Stardust.
We should go out on maneuvers together more often. Or beat sneaking around on your Todd all the time.
I'll make a start on putting this thermal. It'll take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be getting on with...
Thank you, Blackthorn.
Suppose we'd better be getting...
Give us a shout if you need anything.
Well, don't just stand there gawping. If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it. You're rubbing me blind, you know. You'll not find a better price than that.
I went up to give some breeze to the chocobo.
Mid hasn't been.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
If I don't come up with something soon.
You'll be pleased to hear that...
Excellent.
So,
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be repurposing fallen scrap.
salvage from the ruins? I thought that material was all but...
Ah, but we don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly the right shape. What's the name back there, Ilgiwa?
What's her name?
Oh, Sid.
Yes.
I'll show you the plans then. Here you see the Mithril engine, in which Mithril is burned to generate heat. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacements. Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, the rate of excess heat buildup would, in other words, the reactor would overheat. This is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating, you see, and our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and not only that, they're also waterproof. Why,
If sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor
You can stop there. Mid said we might be able to use part. Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. It's in Lorbert's Pass, near Lostwing. The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces. It's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's, going.
I see. Would that help?
Oh, I'll gather my team and head there right away. We'll meet...
Good day to you.
The crystals we get from the Are we to dig a new cellar?
Hello, Sid.
Ah, Clive. Your timing is...
Go on.
There are whisperings afoot of shadowy fig rustlings in the undergrowth, suspicious noises. My people, it may be no more than a surfeit of nerves. Understandable, given what I hope you'll forgive me calling your nose for...
Of course.
Excellent. You might begin by speaking with the good citizens of Lostwing. Listen...
All right. Right. Let's see what the people of the village have to say. I'd better find out if this is just nerves, or something we need to take more seriously.
You alright, Sid?
There is actually. Quentin tells me people have mentioned shadowy figures out in the...
Oh, I heard the rumours, mind, from the lads working over at the vineyard, but...
Right.
You're quite talented with that rod of yours.
Do you have a moment? There's talk of suspicious figures in the...
No, but I've heard something. Sam...
Where was that?
In Lorbert's... was out foraging for herbs when I heard it. Ran back here as quick as my legs would...
I see. Seems... Lorbert's Pass is up. Best bet, then. What do you say, Torgal? Shall we go and investigate? You there.
Fuck! He's seen us. Get them before they escape.
Black Shields.
What the hell are you doing here? What is it to you? Not that we give a damn. All that matters to us is that you don't leave here alive.
Over here!
Why were they here? Were they planning an attack on Lostwing? I need to warn Quentin.
Oh, the, ruins are just over there.
Of course. Anybody? This must be our unwanted visit. Too slow. Nice try. The things I do for you, Mid.
Sid!
You shouldn't have any...
Indeed. Well, don't let us keep you.
All right.
Good day to you. Sid.
The crystals we get from this.
Clive.
I found some black shield.
Black shields, though they serve another master now. And it would appear the pack has finally... Damn it all. I had hoped I would have more time than this. And bite back...
I'm sorry. Who did the Black Shield serve now?
Because I want him dead.
Who?
The former Lord Chief Justice of Sanbreque. All that I have built here...
I don't understand. Why him? What?
I suppose it is... I was a member of the judiciary once. So sickened was I, and fight it I did in my... I saw more than a few corrupt officials condemned to the very cells into which they had thrown blame, and throughout... It was the Lord Chief Justice who backed.
So what, Shay?
I discovered that he hunted bearers for sport. I was a fool to think he shared my hatred of venality and vice. His support, a means of ridding himself of his rivals. A mask to hide His response, however, was rather more. And he faced no punishment. I lost everything. The faith I had once held that any modicum of justice. So I set about it. I tracked down every soul who served him. But the man himself proved an altogether with money and power, and so I saw that I would need an army of my own. I came here to Lostwing and began recruiting like-minded. Of course. They too have lost loved ones to the seen faultless friends sent to the gallows to spare the guilty. All under the watchful eye of our wounds are the same. We know where he hides, how numerous, and well, what we did not know until now, however, was that
Quentin.
Our time is short. He may move against us at any... My friends and comrades,
to change his mind.
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the Bales. Leave it.
I went up to give some greens to the chocobo.
Mid hasn't been
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures.
Soon.
Mid. Helen.
Excellent.
And just...
Right.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, But those things will still be, which is why you need a prism for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom. I need something light. But I've wrapped my brains and
Well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge, I know whose counsel I would seek.
Tomes? Yeah, I've got all the details. Can you take this to him?
Right away.
Thanks to Sid.
Harpocrates. Do you have them?
For you, Clive?
Oh, well, actually, it's for me. Could you take a look at this?
Shielding for a myth? What are these notes?
She has some specific requirements for the materials, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light, as you can imagine. She's struggling to find...
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you...
Perhaps. It is not a different...
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water, and yet... we have made a home...
We have, but Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelus complains that without a... I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as Moondew. It is said to be able to, before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order...
So if we...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection Mid requires. And I shall speak to them and see what wisdom... If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, I shall discuss the knowledge of the path...
Thank you, Harpocrates. And since you're asking others to help you...
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do some...
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the...
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research.
Shielding that guards against even the most ferocious.
So, Clive, who will accompany you?
Very well. So then, what do...
I have taken the liberty of preparing a...
White chocobo eggs. Pepio nuts. Are you sure this list is right? I would have thought the ingredients would be a little more exotic.
Though these items may seem mundane, they have potent effects that are rarely so much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to extinction. Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able to find...
Is that so? I've been meaning to visit Northreach anyway. I'll set out now.
I will.
You two enjoy it.
You too, Ty. Now, where's Jill?
There's talk. How the hell is anyone supposed to afford that price?
All anyone ever wants, anyway.
Up! You'll not find a bruised pippin in the bushel.
How goes the hunt for ingredient?
I'm sure everything we need is somewhere amongst all the... Why don't we split up and see? We'll take a couple...
All right.
How about you look for the Pepio nuts? I'll find the other things we need.
fresh cuts. Come and get them before they...
Any friend of the innkeeper is a friend of mine. Ah, yes.
What do you want? Bane?
That's everything. Let's see how Jill's getting on.
After it.
Did you find everything?
I did.
Garlic and pepper. Now all that remains is for Harpocrates to some... But before we head back, would you walk with me a while? Thank you for asking me to help you today. It makes a nice change.
It does. It's good to get away from all the battle and bloodshed for once. Just being here reminds me of when we were children. Do you remember walking down Market Street in Rosalith, taking in the sights and smells?
How could I forget? What with Torgal's antics. Remember how his nose would prick up at the scent of sausages? He'd go racing away and we'd have to go running after him. We wouldn't catch you now, would we, boy?
Was there anything you wanted to buy for yourself while we're here?
There was, yes. Well, sort of. Molly in the kitchens told me about a place that sells particularly good pies. Thought you might like to share one with me.
I would. Thank you.
And I saw some bread. Big white cobs like the baker back in Rosalith used to make. What do you think? I thought we might get some soup to dip it in. But then I tried a slice of the butcher's dry-cured ham, and it was just... oh.
You all right?
Sorry. It's just... You're right. I really do feel like a child again being here with you. Clive. Is it wrong of me to enjoy this?
No, Jill. This is how life should be. And it's how our lives will be when our work is finally done. When we can live on our own terms.
I hope so. Thank you, Clive. Well, I suppose we better be getting back. I need to give these ingredients to Harpocrates and Talia. I'll see you at the hideaway.
Take care.
I will. You too.
I wonder how Harpocrates is getting on with the Moondew.
Oh, her ship lies still in harbor.
How's work?
Well, I was just explaining to Talia, and now that we have all the...
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a...
What about the shielding? Its
work is underway. Under the...
Apparently, it'll be ready.
Thank you.
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the infirmary?
Of course. Oh, and thank you. It was nice just being with you.
It appears our work here is... a shame. When both the shielding and the Moondew are ready, it followed by a rigorous, perhaps some...
Leave it to me. Thank you, Up. Well, I better go and give Mid the good news then.
What you told Nan about Kupka. Mid hasn't been
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures.
Sorry to keep you waiting, but you'll be pleased to know that work on the...
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, Harpocrates knew of a sub... He's supervising the construction.
Brilliant.
Don't thank me.
Right then, better start working out to the Black Hammer.
You know, when I got into the smithing, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not...
Displacement staff.
Same difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck.
On my way.
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is gonna require...
finished. It's...
Thank fuck for that. I'll be...
Thank you, Clive. That's one down and just 3 more to go.
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines, and we'll be needing a display.
You don't mean...
Now they've got to finish one to work off.
Good luck to the... Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in,
What's the matter?
Nothing. Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon, searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like... So if the worst came to the worst, and every scrap of soil in the Twins... That's what she was meant to be, you see. But now she's so close to being finished. I don't want her to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to. I want people to sail aboard her by choice. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but...
I'm working, and I'll do everything I can to get...
All right. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, and put sod our plans, I'm trusting...
Are you sure?
Something tells me it's...
He'd be proud of you.
You,
I was.
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish...
All right.
Aye.
Told me she was building a ship.
How may I help you today, Clive? All yours. You earned this. Come again. I may have more for you.
All right, Clive. Mid finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the Twins, has she? I swear. No excuses now, though.
Not quite. She said there was one final...
She said that? In those words?
She did, yes.
Clive, were you born yesterday or something? She'll probably be halfway to Canva by now.
Mid.
Is that the thing Toes helped you?
Obolus, have you seen Mid?
Yep. You in a hurry and all, are you? No, I offered to take her across, but she wouldn't. But anyway, I was on my... Got a letter. Urgent, by the sound of it. One of your uncle's men said...
Thank you, Obolus.
Don't mean...
What tidings, Uncle? Trouble in Canva. Well, I'll need someone to keep...
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty work and then just sailed off in...
Well, nothing but next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might want to tie her to something.
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Gotta admit, the dirty work was kind of fun. Just like when we built this place. Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway. I could do with getting to Canva pretty. Wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the Seven High Houses waiting now, would it?
Gav will be leaving with me. Will you mind the place, what?
You can count on me. Just be sure to give Sid and the others my regard.
Oh, by the way, Jill will be joining us too. She's got some things to take care of, but she'll meet us.
I hope she's... Well, Sid, I remember what you told me. But if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Cooker is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in two places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the Lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead. Life has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. Not as slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
Lady Karen, what a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies. It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The Blight marches on. And soon, there will be no escaping sights like these. So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's Tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you. But we do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goods.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go? With them? Oh, thanks, Nan!
Stop that! You'll break me bones, you great galoot! There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklad markets. It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders past and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And glad to have you with us, Goots.
Okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Bocklad.
Get off! Me poor fingers!
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav?
Already on my way, Captain.
Be careful.
Aren't I always?
Do you see that, Sid? Your protege's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
How are you feeling?
Better. Thanks to Talia.
I'm glad to hear it.
And Torgal helped too. Didn't you, boy?
This used to be a trade route for merchants crossing the Scars. Till the public laid a new road wide enough to let wagons pass, and all official traffic moved there.
Leaving this one for those living outside the law.
Indeed. I doubt we'll be the only outlaws on the trail today.
It's over! So what do you think? Really? It's as bad as that?
Oh, aye. There's trouble up ahead.
I take it there's danger.
Oh, what about this fear?
Oh, no doubt. Well met, friend. My brother and I have been tasked with...
How does a merchant misplace his cart?
Oh, the man's a coward. When he thought goblins might come...
He sent the two of us to fetch it, but it's gone. Now, I'm not much of a think...
My brother's right on all accounts. And by my...
We may have seen our share of action, true.
You, however, have chances are they'll come for you either way.
Well, if I'm going to have to deal with them...
You've clearly got a fine head on those.
We're lucky you... Now,
Hoping to make a heavy purse in Boklad, reckon he won't be forking over the rest of our fee if we don't find those goods.
All right.
No. You just put an end to those bandits and point us in the right direction.
I'm not sure I trust those two. But if there are bandits lying in wait, I should probably take it.
Look lively, you lot. You've got guests.
These must be our bandits. That's them dealt with. Now, where's that cart? Getting all of this out of here will be an...
Seems we've found ourselves...
Found the cart and didn't leave a single...
And how exactly will he be getting his goods out?
You leave that to us. After all, it'd be wrong to make...
You've done your part. It's been a pleasure.
There's no need to be so... What if we want his help?
You've had your reward and you're not getting any more. Now piss off.
Ready, go?
Yeah! I see the Dalmex lag behind Rosaria when it comes to bridge building.
The fallen ruin should hold, at least. The path continues on the other side.
Straight home now.
Waken winds! Go for it!
So this is Zemeckis.
The land of the gods. It's even more impressive than I imagined. I remember being captivated by the story as a child.
Long, long ago, man was overcome by avarice and challenged the gods in a bid to win their power. The final battle took place here, at these falls. Or so the legend goes. If anyone ever manages to plumb those depths, perhaps we'll learn if there's any truth to the tale.
That the gods emerged victorious and punished man for his defiance by visiting upon him 2 curses.
Dominance and bearers. To tell the truth, I always thought it strange that the dominant and their icons were deemed a curse. Back home, the dominant inherited the throne. They were admired and exalted, not spurned. Whenever I got to that part of the story, I always assumed there must be something I'd misunderstood.
You had a lot of storybooks, didn't you? In your room, I mean. When we were young.
The old legends were always my favorites. Epic battles between gods and men. Father encouraged me to read as much as I could. He thought it good for my education.
You really were a boy like any other, weren't you?
Just look at this place. It's enough to make you believe the legends are true.
I know.
We're not far from Boklad. The road will be busier up ahead.
Then we'll have to keep our wits about us. Clive? Something wrong?
Nothing. It's nothing.
I see the reports are true, Father. You have surrendered the throne to Olivier.
I have. Emperor Olivier shall rebuild the Holy Empire of Sanbreque.
How is he to rule an empire? He is but a boy.
I shall advise him until he comes of age.
Father, please.
Or for as long as I am able. The empire we seek to build needs young blood to rule it, and I can think of none better suited to the task. There is other news, Dion. Hugo Kupka is dead, and Drake's Fang destroyed. The pillars of the Republic have fallen. Ere long, the Imperial banner shall fly over every city in Storm. And then Valisthea. All shall bow before their Emperor.
Father, these are the words of a tyrant.
They are the words of a god. The Emperor whom I gladly serve. Great Grieger, made flesh. Return to your camp, Dion, and ready your forces. It is time to show the world the true power of Sanbreque.
Father. I find you much changed. Is this truly the path you wish to tread? Or are these the ambitions of another? Of Ultima, perhaps?
What nonsense is this? I speak my mind, and my mind only. Though I do owe Annabella thanks for reminding me of certain truths regarding the nature of nations, of rulers, and of the divine.
You would trust the words of this traitress? She betrayed her country. She slew her husband.
You have ever been an invaluable servant to Sanbreque, Prince Dion. I trust you will continue to serve your Emperor in the wars to come.
The canker! Silence! Insolent wretch! You will bend the knee. All else is heresy.
Sire, forgive me.
This audience is over. Come, your Radiance. The Rowena Syndicate awaits your pleasure.
Oh, not another meeting with silly old men. They're so boring. I'm hungry, Father. Can't we have luncheon instead?
Does it pain you that you will not inherit your father's throne?
I have suffered worse.
Count your blessings, Dion. For a base-born child to be chosen by Bahamut is miracle enough. You have risen high on his wings, but you shall rise no higher, lest your impure blood stain the throne.
What do you know of my blood?